Well, I didn't think I'd do any commentary on this fight, but this fight was amazing. Like, unfortunately, you can only save the replays on, well, you can only save them on the game and only view them. And the only other way to record these fights is, well, running a recording session through the streaming setup, right? So right here, I know I did, yeah. As you can see, our forces are like being concentrated on my guys on the left, my opponents on the right. And this goes on for pretty much the rest of the matches, and there's 10 rounds. So it was getting pretty close. I was losing a few of them. But as soon as I got these tanks, things started changing very quickly. As you can see here, I also added a little bit more foot soldiers in the mix. I'll speed it up here. You can speed it up in the game, like right here, speeding up a little. I love how you can, once a certain time gets in the game, it'll start speeding up. See the cards to choose, we both choose additional. Deploying units, he's deploying more of these, what they're called, yeah, hounds, right here. I'm upgrading my units, I got a couple more, added some flyers, some phoenixes. Oh yeah, and those tanks are called saber-tooths. So yeah, I play this game off and on, but I still forget names all the time. Also, I started putting soldiers on the sides as kind of decoys in a way to kind of pull his forces a little bit and get his snipers to start shooting the flak, essentially, to let my my saber-tooths and heavy units kind of do a little bit of work. And he's got these balls right here. These guys right here are great at taking out heavy units. They shoot a concentrated beam and it increases in power as they shoot. These Spire tanks are pretty cool. I like them. But look at this. That's one of my add-ons for these tanks, saber-tooth tanks. They just regen health. It's amazing. They're already tanky enough, and then they can regen health. Like, I don't think it's this round. Maybe it's the next round. But basically just out-tank everything. And then you got, I call the phoenixes flying snipers. Exactly what they are. And these hounds are pretty cool. I really like the design of these hounds. Unfortunately, they're not that great of a unit. Not even their add-ons are great. They're fun to use, but yeah. So let's see here. I think I went with the Void Eyes. Add those a little bit more to my team. Rank 5 too, right out the gate. Start upgrading units. Since my strategy is pretty much sound, I just upgrade. I throw a couple extra tanks, but instead of putting them in the front, I put them in the back, which really helps. And I think I toss those guys over here, and I vertical format. Launch the preemptive strike there. Kind of helps me a little bit, slows them down. And as you can see, as the game progresses, like, same thing. I'm concentrating my forces on the left-hand side with a little bit on the right to delay that group. And almost funnels them to my spire. Now getting to the spire, fortunately, it slows my units down and whatnot. Look at this piece right here. Look at this. These saber-tooths are ridiculous with that add-on. And also when you upgrade your units, it stays upgraded. All the units, even new ones that you recruit in the future. Oh yeah, when they take out the towers, everyone slows down, they get a debuff, attack, speed, whatnot. I love these soldiers too, they're pretty awesome. They have their shields and these little PP rifles. Great against both ground and air units. to them, they're very versatile, but very slow. And these tanks, the designs of these tanks are awesome. They used to be different. They redesigned them. So I went with it. So every round, as you can see, you kind of get like, it's a roguelike mix-in. You get some buffs, which I toss onto my Sabertooth right here. And what this does is it increases attack by 20, HP by 20, and upgrades no longer consume supplies. So when he gains experience, with all units gain experience, it won't cost me a dime to upgrade them. And then of course these are the upgrades and whatnot. You can modify those after every round. So added more phoenixes. He's brought some more ballers. Oh yeah, and then of course got the UFOs earlier. Once again, same strategy. I'm concentrating my forces here. Or they, I don't know if it's a guy, he's concentrating, or not concentrating his forces in any particular area. He is balancing his units. That's the reason why I keep winning on the left-hand front, or theater, because pretty much all my units are concentrated over there. Well, I just have a tiny decoy group on the right-hand side. We'll speed this up a little bit, and we'll leave it at this. A little bit different video than I normally do. Normally I'm streaming, but I'm like, well, I can just record it. Upload it, and of course the first 3 rounds, there's no competition. These guys are beasts. I did a couple of different levels. And then, of course, as they gain experience and they level up, of course they do more damage. They have higher defense, like... Alright, and this one, yeah, we both went with super heavy armor. Also, I got this new underground threat. Crawlers are fun. I love the little guys. Let's see, he's got intensive training, so he can basically level up units whenever. Normally they gain experience, and you can just slap it on a unit and be instant level up. So all these guys are like level 4s, yeah, which are pretty beastly. So kind of once again, same setup. He's added more balls. And then here come the crawlers. Oh, I love these little guys. Look at these guys. Oh, they're so cute. they're very weak and deadly, but I obviously swarm tactics, right? Sorry. If anything, the reason why I popped them in there is more distraction, and because of that, a lot of the snipers weren't able to get. He didn't get as much value from the snipers. Once again, them taking out the thing, that's fine. It's expected. This poor lone sniper right here getting sniped by the air snipers. These guys hit like trucks. They're great against these guys. They're great against pretty much any unit. These UFO things are pretty cool. They can be really deadly. Once again, this is like the keystone of my strategy during this fight. These things are beasts. Oh, and better yet, look at this. I've upgraded them with extra cannons on the sides too. So now they just... Yeah. Those things are awesome. Love how it zooms in. So once again, we're getting close. Let's see here what I went with. Oh yes. So this was an interesting choice. I went with Stormcallers, the artillery unit. I only got the 2. Since a lot of his small... It seems like he's concentrating more of his stuff over here, but he's still, once again, balancing out his units on both sides. It can be a decent strategy. You know, he's got a balanced army right here. But because I have such a concentration knife essentially right here, I can just basically do this maneuver. So he just popped one of these, basically degenerate beam, basically you know, movement speed is reduced by 40, their attack is reduced by 20, and they take additional 30% damage. So it's a huge debuff to any type of forces. Once again, my units on the theater on the right getting absolutely decimated. Absolutely decimated. But, I mean, the whole point. Oh yeah, these are new units. These are cool. I just discovered these today. They're like Gorgons. They're really cool. So, I believe, yeah, I lose this one. I was not paying attention. I left theater here. Oh yeah, it's got flame units. So these flame units right here, they're decent. Of course, they're mostly used for taking the smaller units. These guys, the soldiers, light units. But otherwise that, they are kind of useless. I rarely ever go for them. Oh yeah, and the snipers, of course, how can I not talk about the snipers? These guys are awesome. They can be a menace. Let's see here. He goes with the nuke. I go with the decrease. So, I bring on some heavy units. He's going to pop a nuke right in the concentration of my forces, right? But I summoned the Abyss. Now this nuke he's going to win this round as well, because it's absolutely going to decimate my main army here. This side, of course, not going to hold a candle to what he has over there. He's basically doubling down and just upgrading all his units. That's what you typically do when you win an engagement. If the strategy works, why get more units? Why not make the ones you already have better, right? So yeah, this Abyss thing, I love this thing. It's so expensive. It's the most expensive unit for a good reason. I mean, look at this. This is one of its abilities. It just shoots a wave down. And it does beautiful things. Nuke taking out all my ground forces. My Phoenix is barely surviving. And of course my Abyss is being melted by the snipers here. Of course, I love the beam. Look at that. That's awesome. Now I can watch on the video. But this is awesome. Slows them down. Hits them based on their HP. It's just awesome. And then once again, another keystone. So you want to have multiple keystones in your army, your strategy. So you can just have, like, if I just had my Sabertooths, that's it. Like, as soon as they drop, my entire army would melt. Granted, my army would still melt, but as for damage, they're kind of the backbone. So he skips, which is interesting. They skip. I got this, Vulcan's Descent. Now, this is the last fight. This is round 10. And this is an awesome battle. I'm so happy I recorded this, and I'm going to upload this, of course. But, upgrading all my stuff, I gave, disintegration. Every 15 seconds, lose 20% of their current HP, reducing their movement speed. So just 20% HP just gone. Then I got the swarms of missiles, and of course, it heals itself. So, I'm dropping the Vulcan. So the Vulcan right here is a heavy flamer unit. So think, I love how they launch into. So it kind of takes out the blue units, right? Yeah, this guy is awesome. Flamer units. But watch this. Raw. Absolutely. The amount of missiles is just ridiculous. It's just on top of the artillery. Scraping laser, just all the AoE damage and like shenanigans coming his way, just absolutely destroying his force there. Of course, once again, here on the right, their sacrifices will not be vain. And look at this guy, the Vulcan. Oh, he can do some damage. I'm actually surprised he's still alive for as long, but he just melts through light units. These guys are just far enough ahead that they're absorbing all the fire. So of course, unimpeded, the Abyss is just going to town, Phoenix's artillery, like, I got heavy front line, heavy armor and stuff, just absolutely decimated. What a fantastic game. I had to record this. Definitely uploading this. That was awesome. Like, this, I love this game. This game's awesome. I would like to stream this more often, but, you know, I'm trying to reach affiliate, and it's difficult to reach affiliate not playing Dead by Daylight, which I normally stream on Fridays. So check my stream account, and I'll be uploading this. So all my shorts and all my stuff is mostly Dead by Daylight content. So, and in there, obviously right up here, my username, Omnis Lupus, on Twitch. So yeah, look me up, check me out. That'd be awesome. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. It helps me tremendously. You know, I'm trying to grow throughout the old platforms. I don't advertise that enough. It's kind of sucky, but you know, kind of have to do. But yeah, I appreciate it. No pressure. Just viewing the video itself helps me a lot too. So yeah. So this game was crazy. It went 10 rounds. It normally doesn't go 10 rounds. And comparably, I mean, look at the sizes of forces. Like, look at the size of his army. Or their army, sorry. I keep saying his. I don't know if it's his. It could be anyone. Um, but look at the beauty of that. Look at the, like, I love the layout of his army. Like, this is something I would do. And I usually do, especially in the beginning of the match. In fact, the beginning of the match, I did get these tanks early. The Sabertooths. And I had these, no, I had the Sabertooths and these guys, the Arclights. Arclights are great against light units, medium anti-swarm bot, right? Can attack air, you can upgrade them to do several things. So they're very versatile. But yeah, these poor guys are right over here. Their sacrifices were not in vain. Another thing that helped me too, so these towers right here, like the research center, upgrades everything. Like, increase your attack of all units by 24%, increases the HP of all units by 30%. It's like, this is my first time ever in all the games I've played of Mechabellum to even get those two, to upgrade to level 2, right? And then over here, this is kind of a buff center. You can get more buffs, you can get more supplies and around, get less in the future. You can even increase the rank of a unit. You could spend $100 and then increase the experience. So I could have did that with the Abyss, but I think I used my money wisely. In fact, that 100 went to something that helped enhance range and mobility. So, you know, in any type of war game, managing your resources is so important. Any strategy game. I had enough, a perfect amount, to spend to get the attack and defense enhancement 2. So each of these is 300. That's 600 right there. And then to further buff my units for this round only, because this was pretty much the final round, win or lose. Like, if I lost, I would have lost. Like, this was, yeah. And buff the range by 15 and the movement speed. Sometimes movement speed is very important. Especially if you get little minions, the crawlers, and there's a anywho. Yeah. But look at over here, my opponent did not upgrade his stuff at all. Still at level 1. He had gotten these, like, he's at 0% across the board. Got these, he'd have 12% additional attack, 15 additional HP, right? Not the entire game. Same with here. He mostly just, he would increase the unit levels of his stuff, right? Usually that's pretty good. Especially if you're running behind. Because obviously these guys are just eating units, so they get experience by eliminating units, right? They're kind of eliminating units, but so they're losing in levels. They're losing in resource management a bit. And they're lacking in heavy units. Like, they're heavy mechs, but they're more like medium-ish. So they don't have any heavy units. Where these saber-tooths are like 2 times spider tanks. Or tarantulas. Yeah, these things are awesome. Really cool design. These things, these pods in the back, like spider mines. Pop spider mines out. It's really cool. But compared to the saber-tooth, like, yeah, like, there's how much armor? Let's see. Are you? Oh, there's also stats. Last round damage. Oh, that's cool. This guy's gotten 101 kills. That guy alone has got 101 kills. How about you guys? 183. Oh, these fangs right here are the MVP. That's cool. I did not notice that. I guess because I'm doing kind of like a, well, obviously recording, but commentary thing. That's cool. These guys are the MVPs. Let's go, little bots. Maybe I should have slapped something on you. Because, yeah, everyone else got, like, they got 111. So these phoenixes are right there. But does not compare to these guys. These fangs are doing some work. The reason why, well, Saber-tooth was in the front. These guys were mostly unimpeded, with them protecting the flanks. Like, you guys only got 30, they normally died 72. Like, my other tanks got okay. Now the Abyss came in the second. I only popped him in the last couple rounds, but as you've seen, with the beam, just, yes, that's how beam noises make. My mouth is dry. Let's see here. So these void eyes, like I said, I just discovered these tonight. These guys came out. I did not think, no, they came out. I went up against another person, and I'm like, what the hell are those things? Those are cool. Light heavy damage unit. It's interesting. The upgrades I got. So I've changed this upgrade. So I kept the energy shields. Got rid of the charge shot. Actually I got rid of pretty much everything except the energy shield. I added, so when they get attacked, they do a mini debuff. They also get 60% HP and they gain HP. So just make little light nightmares essentially. And they hit like a truck. Their beam. It's basically like the Abyss, but like, yeah. A little bit smaller with the beam. Let's see here. What am I missing? I'm actually having a lot of fun with this because I'm not actively streaming. And just doing little commentaries. I don't know. Like, I want to watch that last fight one more time. One more time. Can we do that? Round 10. Pause replay. Play replay. Well, do we have to go back to round 9? Go back to round 9. Alright, cool. Actually, I want to play round 10. There we go. That's a little weird to do that. Yeah, what was that? I wish I could, like... I want to go... Yeah, look at how expensive these guys are. They 800, and that's not including the recruitment price. So a lot of his units are super cheap units. Like, he has nothing besides the race. Saber-tooths are 200. Like, it's crazy. We recruited the same amount of units, so it's pretty concentrated, right? Then we got these little buffs up here. Underground threat to crawlers. Yeah, this was such a good fight. Let's watch it again. Vulcan dropping in for support. Oh yeah, let's hold the camera a little bit more. Well, let's switch the menu. Because right now it was set to oh, you can also do it like point of view of like units or point of view. In fact, can I do it right now? I can. Like literally. Whoa, it's kind of strange, but some of the other units are cooler, so it's actually, yeah, you can switch between them. Switch to back. Let's go to the building. But oh, that's kind of quiet there. It's very sensitive. So when you do camera like it's super sensitive. Like you barely move around. Look at this. Oh. All right. Sorry. One more thing. All right, let's go back. Okay, cool. Yeah, we won. Returned their lobby. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, this game's awesome. Love it. Oh yeah, the unit modifications. These units are awesome. This game's awesome. The detail that's gone into these guys, like, of course, their skins. You can get gilded skins to make them even cooler. Of course, they cost money. Look at that. That's actually one of the coolest looking units. So these are basically crawlers on steroids. They are sandworms. Look at that. Venom. Look at that skin. That's cool. That's cool. Ooh, I want it. So these guys, they're strong, but they're not strong. They can attack aerial targets, which is crazy for how big they are and stretch out. Honestly, I'm gonna tweak them a bit, because when I do use them, I need them to last a little bit longer. Definitely need this. Increase HP by 50. Don't need aerial. Mechanical division. So larvas basically this is cool. So replicate each time chart emerges. Basically it goes on the ground, burrows after a target, pops up and just starts slapping them. But each time they pop up, they produce a mini little sandworm, and it's cute. These guys are awesome. You can even sandstorms emerge from the ground faster and attack after emerging is stronger. Attack increased by 30, splash range increased by 10, which is really cool. But this is how I have them built. Of course, additional armor. And then when they burrow, they get HP when they're burrowing, so it's great when they have to travel a great distance, replicate. That's always cool because it just creates more units, right? And then Sandstorm's one of my favorite upgrades. Creates a Sandstorm. Units and Sandstorm range is reduced by 50%. Damage taken from ranged attacks is reduced by 30. So snipers, stuff like that, can't really hurt them a little bit. They're scary. And they're a really cool unit. They're, in fact, all the units in this game. So same as the game, or the unit implies Raiden, just like absolute lightning destruction. Fortress. I don't use this guy much. I really don't. In fact, he's a heavy sniper artillery unit. I don't use him enough because he's expensive. He costs 400 on top of his recruitment cost. Wait, Rocket Punch? When did you get this? Triggering when Fortress HP is below 85% and 55%. Rocket Punch has a range of 180 meters, dealing 1500 damage to the target enemies with the damage Rocket Punch increases by 1500 per rank increase? What? Oh, you've hurt me so much! Phew! That's kind of cool. Armor enhancement, elite marksman. Ooh, an elite marksman is pretty good for this guy. I went with Fang Productions. Anti-air barrage, which can be okay, but honestly, I'm going to tweak him. Let's get rid of that. The barrier is nice, but if I'm going to just focus on the unit himself, definitely range. Fang production can be good. Definitely elite marksman. Armor enhancement. Basically make him a little bit harder to hurt. I kind of want to go with the Rocket Punch. But the Fang would add more units for free, essentially. I mean, for 200. And then if you... Oh, and what's a fun fact, too. If you add, like, something like this to a unit, and if those units... Like, if you've already had them on the field, you've upgraded them, what's produced, they're upgraded too. So, the add-ons that you add. So, like, I'll go to the Fangs and show you what I mean. I kind of want to get this just for silliness, but Fang production. The only issue is, does a punch hit one unit? Dealing damage to the target and enemies. Oh shoot. Okay, okay. So it's basically like a mini. Yep, we're definitely getting that. Never mind. This unit has gotten like the most love for skins and stuff too. Gundam, awesome. Steel one's really cool. Blaze, camouflage, gilded, mobile force, and then we got the tier 3 versions. That's really cool. I want to get so many more skins, but yeah, let's go to the Fangs. So yeah, the Fangs. These guys. Basically, little soldiers in these guys. 18 units. But yeah, if you get these, like, Rangers have Mechanical Rage, Purple Shield. Armor piercing bullets. But mechanical speed, obviously, they shoot faster, and they're great against aerial units. And yeah, range enhancement. I think I'll stick with what I have. You know, 250 an increase of 50% is pretty darn good. But yeah, just have those produced for free. Alright, I am going to stop there though. I am thirsty. Because I could go on and on about these units. Maybe I'll do a thing in the future. I like how there's certain units you can only get, like, special drops. Like rare unit. Farseer. It's a really cool support unit. Okay. War Factory. I don't see this thing getting used very often just because of how expensive it is. But yeah, you can basically Steel Ball, Sledgehammer, Phoenix Production. You want to keep this thing alive as long as possible. Maybe I'll bring that into a fight sometime. But yeah, anywho, I appreciate you. If you watch this video to the end, let's go. Once again, if you've liked it, please like the video. It'd be awesome. Subscribe for more content. Maybe if you guys want to see more of this content, I will do this more often. Hopefully my audio is okay. Usually I have my mic a little bit closer to me, but it's a little bit farther. Hopefully everything else was good. So yeah. Alright, anywho, like, maybe I should just transition to my screens, even though I'm not streaming per se, because I don't want to just end it. Should I play music? Ooh, I should play music. Hold on, folks. Hold on. I need to play ending music. I need to bust out my streaming music. Thankfully, I can use it just fine because it's specifically used for streaming. So I'll play some music. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm going to transition to my ending soon, so it's going to say stream ending soon, but it's not. And this is what I usually do for my streams anyways. But yeah, if you're interested, I will be streaming Dead by Daylight tomorrow around 1900, so about 7 p.m. Pacific time. So come say hi. Let me know where you came from, and if you came from YouTube and you watched this video, that's awesome. Let's go. Once again, if you do see me, just stop in and say, hey, I enjoyed that video, or I would like you to do more of that content. It really helps me, and it really helps any type of content creator. Not saying like if you really like it, but like you want more of it, ask for more of it, right? Anyway, let's transition and have a fantastic night, day, morning, week, wherever it might be. Let's go. You got this.